why futures have options. We're actually just talking about this the other day. I don't even know why. Have you ever traded on futures? I'm like, no. Question for me. Are we currently live? Because for some reason, I don't even see the option to... Oh, there's the chat box. Oh, look at how fancy that is. What's up, guys? Good morning. And good morning to you as well. If you guys want to participate, you have questions, prepared trading session, and talk about the top stocks and samples. Fun. YouTube, right? It's very simple. YouTube. Alpha day trading, and it happens. Good morning, everybody. What's up? EJS special. Good morning. Doing? You guys know if you want to participate and you have page, come over to YouTube. Trading. Dive into. Yo, what's up, baby? Skylar, what's up? Kareem, what's up? David, Hunter, Gino. Everybody's already coming on over to the tube. What's going on, traders? How we doing? How we feeling today? And I want to be able to put this right there, but it freaks out my computer. Little glitchy stuff going on. All right. Get a new freaking computer today and call it that. Yeah, so my top stocks are going to be LIPO, number one, right? LIPO, I almost pulled the trigger, but I was a little late. I wanted to pull the trigger back down at that 439 support, came down to the penny, really solid bounce, and then a great follow through. And I almost took it here at 5, but I'm like, I don't trade stocks at resistance. I get in at support. And I realized that the best entry was at 440 and 450, not at $5. So I'd have to add that extra 50 to 60 cents of risk. And it just didn't make sense at that point in time. In hindsight, it would have made sense because it ripped all the way to 673. But in the moment, my target was high a day. It just made no sense to take this trade at 5 when I knew the best entry was down here at 440. So I missed that on LIPO, but it's definitely a top stock for today. It has room into the 7s, like 770. You got BBBY on watch today. You got PRTY on watch. And they got BIOR. If you could ever break this freaking downtrend right here. I gave it a small little go here for the break of the downtrend. Didn't work out. Took a $60 loss on that trade. So I got in for the break. Didn't break. Got out $60. And then lastly, I think GSUN has some solid potential today. I mean, this daily chart's sexy on GSUN. I mean, that's a really sexy daily chart, and I wanna get locked and loaded on GSUN. We have room up to like 475. And yeah, we could probably see that happen today. I mean, yesterday it went from, what, 180 to 280. So it ripped $1 yesterday, another $1 to the upside, maybe $1.50. I mean, it's definitely realistic. Looking for a break over 3. And we have room to 475. So better computer. No, it's still messed up. I have no idea what's going on with it either. So the only other thing I could think it was like a RAM issue. So I pulled the other 2 sticks of RAM out. I left 2 sticks in there, made sure they were in the same slots. And now I'm running less, like 50% less RAM that I had before. And so I see that my memory's 60, 70% utilization, but my screen still flicker. I don't know. It's very odd. It's just super odd. I'm just going to take the freaking computer. I'm going to take it to the place where they fix the computers. I'm going to buy one to use it for the next couple of weeks while they freaking fix this. And hopefully we can get some going. If not, then I just put a lot into this computer and it's not helping the situation. And that may be that. I don't know what the issue could be. New solid state drive, new hard drive, new graphics card, new motherboard, new CPU, new power supply unit, new CPU fan, and new, like, everything's new. The only thing that's not new is the freaking RAM in there. But I'm like, I don't get it. But anyway, it's besides the point. We'll find a solution. We'll find a solution because The more this happens, the more aggravated I get, and the less likely I am to really be aggressive on trades, because yesterday, the blue screen out of nowhere, what if I was in a trade? It took me 5 to 10 minutes to get it all loaded back on up. That could have been nasty if I was in a trade and not had a stop loss in the system if I was doing like a mental stop. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Man, I love watching your lives. How do you find your potential stocks for the day? Vim OG. So I have a checklist, like a list of criteria that I go through every single morning. And if a stock basically hits all those boxes, I call it watch list worthy. It's worthy of the watch list for today. But then the next step is to go do some TA, right? Really look at the chart, mark up your levels, see how much potential there is. You know, something like GSUN, it checks all the boxes. Okay, it's not really doing a lot here in pre-market, so it's not like my favorite stock in pre-market, but today when the market opens, I see big time potential simply based on the charts. Looking at the daily chart, absolutely beautiful movement, beautiful development, a lot of potential to the upside. If we break 3, I know we have room to like 475. So the last piece of the equation, I guess, is going to be really looking at the charts, dissecting them, doing your due diligence, and really just trying to, compare every stock and every chart to one another, and then just kind of classify them from number 1, number 2, number 3, based on, what the chart looks like. And that's how I do it. So what's the catalyst? What's the float? What's the volume, right? Are those boxes being checked? Does it meet my criteria to be watch list worthy? If so, it goes on the watch list. And then I go through and I do some due diligence. I look at the charts, mark up my levels, see how much potential there is. How do I like the movement, the development? Are the technicals being honored? And then from there, I can go from this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, based on the technicals. And it's just called pre-market stock selection. So I have a lesson in the video lessons library for members inside of chat that basically goes through that step by step on how I determine the top penny stocks for the day and how I identify my top 2 to 3 option plays for the day as well. Let's go ahead and just scan through everything and make sure we're not missing anything at this point in time. We do have 8 minutes. We got our 8:30 press release wave coming on up at 8:30. So we'll have to see if anything else, comes on up on the scanners, and if anything's worth watching for today. That's going to be about 8 minutes away. HEPA, nothing. BIOR, that one's cracking on down. HOWL, trying to curl on up. No press release. Not worth my time on HOWL. I'm very picky on the stocks that I look at and very picky on the stocks that I trade. If it doesn't meet, that criteria, it's just not watch list worthy. It's not worth my time. I don't want to have 10 stocks on watch for today or any day. I don't want to be looking at 20, 30, 40 stocks. I don't care about every single stock that's moving. I want to find a stock that's meeting that criteria, that's moving consistently, that the charts look clean, there's a lot of potential, and I'm able to basically eliminate the noise, because there's thousands of stocks a day moving. Like, look at the scanners I have in front of me. You could probably pull out about 100 stocks from the scanners sitting right in front of me right now, but I don't want to look at every single stock. I want to basically take these 100 stocks that are in front of me right now and basically eliminate the noise and narrow it down to the best 2 to 3 stocks based on that checklist, based on the criteria, based on the TA, doing some of that due diligence. And so right now, basically eliminating the noise, the top stocks that I'm finding today that I like based on that criteria and what I'm looking to be trading today, LIPO has potential, right? BBBY has some potential today as well. PRTY, I'm like 50-50 with it just because it's a 50-cent stock and I don't like trading stocks under $1, but there's potential. BIOR could move on back up today. We'll just watch it. And then I like GSUN. Like, believe it or not, GSUN's doing absolutely nothing in pre-market when you compare it to BIOR and you compare it to LIPO and you even compare it to like BBBY. Like, you're probably wondering, Josh, like, there's no volume on the stock, right? It hit 306 and now it's down at 264. It's not moving. Why do you like it? Well, I like it from a technical perspective. Everything on this daily chart suggests more room to the upside. More of a spike on up, more momentum, another day of, just great buying and great movement to the upside. I mean, that's what the daily suggests. And I really like what I see here on the daily chart back that up with a press release that they just dropped a few days ago that really started to get this thing going, I think there's a lot of great potential. This is a back burner sleeper play at this point in time. So this is your opportunity to ask questions, to use me, abuse me, to get the help that you guys need to be as successful as possible in the market. That's why I show up, not just to talk stocks, not to just get you prepared and help you mark up your levels and get set and prepared for the day, but to also try and educate you guys, right? If I can point you in the right direction, I want to point you in the right direction. If I can drop some value bombs, right, and get you guys educated for the day, I'm going to answer any questions you have. Really just help simplify the process, get you up and running, moving in the right direction, and seeing results in the market when you're trading. Yeah, if you go into the video lessons library, Hunter, it's titled Trendline 101. So Trendlines 101, what a trend line is, uptrends, downtrends, how to properly draw a trend line, and then some strategies around trend lines as well, like downtrend breaks, uptrend cracks, the third point dip buy, in a sense, off of the trend line. But yeah, it's going to walk you through trend lines step by step by step, and then introduce you to a couple of strategies as well that pertain to trend lines. Man, I tell you what, Hunter, anything that you need to learn is going to be in that video lessons library. Everything. There's 160 lessons in the video lessons library. So like you come in, you participate in the chat rooms, you're talking to members, you're asking questions, you're engaged in the live streams, right? You're watching me trade live. We're identifying setups and strategies and educating based on those setups and strategies, building real plans, managing the trade before, during, and after, right? Like it's a great learning experience just being in the live market, trading and educating and identifying setups and helping you guys make money. But then there's always going to be that time that we introduce a new strategy to you. Like, hey guys, we got a break and retest right here in front of us. And I'm educating you on the live stream what a break and retest is, actually taking the trade, building that trade plan, getting involved with real money, managing that trade, the mindset, the emotions, the discipline, everything that really happens before, during, after a trade. You're experiencing that in real time. But you may be like, oh my gosh, Josh said something about the VWAP indicator on a break and retest. Like when you can add the VWAP indicator on a break and retest, it increases the probabilities of that trade. I want to go learn about this VWAP indicator. Guess what? You go dive into the video lessons library, you type in VWAP, you got a 30 to 45 minute long lesson regarding the VWAP and strategies with the VWAP and what it is and what it means and how it works and the reason why we use it. And now you're like, damn, I know what the VWAP is. Josh introduced me to this break and retest. I saw him trade it live. It was easy. It was simple. I made some money. I like this. Now I know what the VWAP is, and I can add that into my charts and use that for that particular strategy. I'm ready to start paper trading this strategy and see if I'm consistent with it. And before you know it, you got 50 trades in of a break and retest utilizing the VWAP, for example, all because you watched the trade live happen. You asked questions. You followed up in the video lessons library. You took your education and your knowledge to the next level. Now you're applying that in a paper account. You got 50 trades under your belt and you're like, damn, I was green on 35 of those trades and I lost on 15. My winners, I was averaging $200 a trade. My losers, I was averaging $50 of loss per trade. My goodness, this is a freaking awesome strategy. It's simple, it's efficient, it's clean. You see it repeat itself time and time again. I feel confident with it, clearly. 35 green trades, 15 red, massive winners, little losers. Damn, I'm going to start trading this with real money now. And there you go. Now you're making real money in the market. And it all started with what? Joining the chat room, participating, engaging, talking, asking questions, collaborating, watching the live streams, getting the breakdowns, getting the education, obtaining the skill set, right? Growing your knowledge, following up in the video lessons library, following up with questions inside a chat, applying everything you're learning in that simulated account to build your confidence. And when you're confident, now we're going to teach you how to go from a paper account to a live account and start that transformation process. I really gave you a long-winded response. I don't know why, but there you go. But yeah, if you just do that with everything, every day, that's kind of the process that you follow. I mean, you're going to expedite your learning process so quick, and you're just going to, things are going to click. Things are going to make sense. You're going to start applying everything you're learning And when you start applying what you're learning and you're learning the right things, you're going to start seeing results and you're going to start seeing success. And Hunter, my man, that's the process. Trust in the process. If you just go through that process, it seems like it's to take forever. It's not, right? You'll be up and running in no time. BVXV is a low flow. Yeah, let's go look at BVXV real quick. I'm a first glance trader. Is it moving in pre-market? No. Is it a press release? No. Is it a second day continuation? No. Does the daily chart look sexy like it has room to the upside? No. I think this is noise. At first glance, it looks noisy. Is there a press release? Yeah, it may be a low float stock, but is there a reason for the stock to move today? I don't see a reason for the stock to move today. Even just looking at that daily chart, don't see a reason for the stock to move today. GSUN, we have a reason for the stock to move today, right? Breaking above the 20 EMA, pulling back for a 20 EMA retest, getting a strong volume bounce yesterday off the 20 EMA with a decent close. And you look left and you see all this room to the upside and how clean this chart is with how much volume we've had moving in and how that RSI is really grinding to the upside. At first glance, it looks great. At first glance, you know, hey, there's some potential here. But when you go look at something like BVXV, you know, at first glance, it's falling, right? RSI sitting flat. There's no technical setup or technical formation or technical development on the daily, right? It's just, you know, it gapped up here on Friday and it's been falling the last 2 days. Didn't do anything yesterday. There's no volume in pre-market. There has been no news to get this thing going. You know, at first glance, it doesn't stand out to you. It doesn't really stand out. There's got to be a reason for these penny stocks to start moving. Right? And if there's no reason for the penny stock to move, it's not going to move. There's got to be a reason for that penny stock to move. And when you look at GSUN and compare it to something like BVXV, you could clearly see the difference as to why GSUN has more of a reason to move compared to something like BVXV. And we know that this stock could rip and run. It went from $2 to $3 yesterday in the first hour of the day, right? We know that we could see buyers move back in to something like GSUN today. Looking at BBBY, do I think it's going to hit support and then bounce? So if you look at BBBY, some of the strongest support is back down here at this 219 level. Yesterday's high of day, it was a break and retest level in post-market. So honestly, if BBBY goes from 260 all the way down to 220, that's a pretty massive drop. That's a pretty big drop. Could it rebound? Sure, it could rebound, but that's a pretty big drop, and it may become dead for today if it makes that big of a drop. I would actually like to see it break and continue higher. So I would like to see a break over 274 and to see BBBY actually hold above 274, right? And if we can see that take place, then hey, we have some room to 3 and then 317, and we could at least see some more movement and some more action to the upside compared to watching this thing fade all the way down to 220. I think it would become dead at that point in time. PRTY doesn't spook you because of the Wall Street bet calling for the squeeze, but bankruptcy on the horizon. No, if the stock's tradable, the stock's tradable. So the last stock that I want to bring to your attention was VS, right? Wall Street bet hype, short squeeze action on the verge of bankruptcy, but there for about 3 days it was tradable, right? There for about 3 days, VS was tradable, right? And it went from what, $2 all the way to $4. So as long as you know how to manage your risk, you know how to position yourself correctly, it doesn't spook me. If the stock's moving, if it's honoring its technicals, if it's developing consistently, and we have attention, and there's traders there buying it on up, we have potential to actually see that stock move on up. And VS was a good example of a very similar stock, very similar, circumstances. But we had about 3 days of pretty good movement, and we were able to lock in some really nice profits there on VS. So yeah, it doesn't really spook me because I'm not buying and holding this stock. I'm simply day trading this stock. Where should I go to learn the basics or basically start? So the first thing that you should do is get some screen time in. You know, understand what a chart is, what a time frame is, what a candlestick is, right? Understand the basics, understand what you're looking at. And then from there, we need to start introducing you to identifying support and resistance, you know, supply and demand. Some things that I'm saying right now, you have no idea what I'm talking about, but there's a process to follow. So instead of overwhelming you and giving you too much, the first thing that you need to do is actually, I would say, open up a brokerage account. You don't need to put real money in there, and I suggest that you don't put real money in there. Open up a brokerage account with, say, Webull or TD Ameritrade, and actually get those charts loaded on up, and then start clicking around, getting familiar with the platform that you're on. Understand the chart and what you're looking at. Go to YouTube and type in how to look at a chart. What is a stocks chart, right? You can get a lot of great education there on Google, for example, for the basics. Okay, what's a time frame? Right? Type that into Google. What is a time frame when looking at stocks? And then you're going to find some videos about time frames, right? You know, and really just get some of the basics. Get some screen time, and then from there, if you're still interested, if it's still like, wow, this is intriguing. I actually like learning about this. This is fun. I could see myself doing this. Now you're ready to actually start investing in your education to expedite the learning process, to shorten the learning curve, and to prevent losing tens of thousands of dollars in the market like I did. Okay, so just get some screen time in, even see if this is something that you want to do in the first place. And if you're like, I like this is fun, I'm intrigued, I want to keep learning, you need to honestly think about investing in your education if you want to take this seriously and you want to shorten the learning curve and get up and running as soon as possible. Chris, it all started with an idea, and then he transformed it into alpha day trading. It took Josh only 3.79 fortnights to achieve this. He is the alpha day trader. I love it, Chris. It all started with me being a really bad trader, me rebounding and becoming a phenomenal trader, getting inside of these small groups, 5-10 people, and just trading live with them. And then they all said I was really good at educating. Like, I was just sharing my knowledge with a small group of traders. And they're like, you're really, really good at this. Like, you've helped me so much. Like, I'm in this group. I'm in that group. I'm paying this guy $500 a month. I'm paying this guy $3,000 a year. Like, I'm learning more from you and how you teach and how you educate than these other guys. Like, if you had a community, I would 100% be in your community. Like, I would rather pay you $3,000 a year versus some of these other guys out there in their groups and their communities, because you're 10 times better. And I was like, maybe I should put together a community. If I'm hearing this consistently across the board from everybody, maybe I should open a community. Maybe I should build a team, and maybe I should try and help more people that are out there in the trading industry trying to learn how to do this. And that was the idea of alpha day trading. And then since then, we are where we are. It's been awesome. So Zane, so you're wondering where you would go to learn the basics if you were to lose all knowledge on day trading? Like, what's the best way to learn what I'm doing? So I would get the book, How to Day Trade for a Living by Andrew Aziz. That's going to teach you the absolute basics. That's going to allow you to get into these charts and start looking at these charts and understand what you're looking at. And then, like I said, from there, if you're still really intrigued and you're interested and you want to continue to pursue this and learn this, the next step would be to find a mentor and find a community that you could be a part of and really take this serious and invest in your education. Because that's, again, going to help you shorten the learning curve and ideally prevent tons of losses in the market. You have two types of traders in the market that are brand new. Okay, trader number one, they want to self-teach themselves, and they think they can get all of the information on the internet, which they can. It's just not structured. They don't know what to learn first, second, third, fourth, fifth. The average trader that educates themselves, right, that just says, screw investing in my education, forget the courses, forget these communities, all these gurus. Like, you have people like that. And they go out there and they try and learn themselves. They lose the most amount of money, and it takes them the most amount of time. And that's a statistic. You can go back and see the average trader takes about 3 to 4 years to become consistently profitable. 3 to 4 years. And then how much did they lose? A lot of money over that 3 to 4 years to even get to the point of break even to consistent profitability, because again, they're trying to self-teach themselves. They're out here on YouTube thinking they can get their degree to be a surgeon on YouTube or on Google. Well, I'm sorry, you could learn probably how to cut somebody open from a YouTube video, but you're probably going to fail a lot. And there's trader number 2. That's like, you know what? I firmly believe in learning from experienced people. Someone that's already gone through the trial and error, someone that's already struggled, somebody that's already overcome the obstacles and the challenges, someone that's gone through the BS, that 3 to 4 years of brutalness, the 3 to 4 years of losing money, someone that's gone through that, they've learned from it, and they've broken through, and they've came out on top. They have something. They have something there. And they're willing to share that with me to help prevent the challenges, to help overcome the obstacles, to help break through, to help learn quicker, more efficiently, the right way to save me time and money. It's worth it. You have that type of person that's willing to invest in their education, and the people that are willing to invest in their education see far better results a lot sooner. I mean, you can ask anybody inside of our community, right? Don't just talk to me. Ask the person that was just like you, that was like, I don't really want to join a community. I don't want to invest in my education. Talk to any member that we've had within our community that are currently with us, that have come and gone. Everybody's going to tell you pretty much the same exact thing, that it's worth it. You're going to learn exactly what you need to learn. It's going to shorten the learning curve, and you're going to get where you want to be a lot quicker, and really just following the right process to not lose a lot of money like the typical retail trader's going to do when they first get into this, by just actually following the process and, you know, trusting in the process. So, you know, if we, LIPO comes back down around like 439 and holds, we got some potential there. You know, it's kind of scattered across the board. You have some opportunity today. BIOR, it looks done, right? BIOR right now at this point in time looks to be dead. It looks to be done. I would not be touching this. Support's back down around like 570, so let it come back down to 570. I'm liking GSUN. Like, honestly, if I had to pick one stock to trade today and the rest of the week, I would choose GSUN, because that's how much I like the daily chart. And I think this is a great back burner sleeper play. I think this is fantastic. I like it. And if I had to pick one stock, I would pick GSUN, believe it or not, because I think this thing has a lot of great upside potential to it. Angela, what's up? So I took your advice and I reached out to 2 big time people. Let's see if I hear anything back. It was scary, but I have to step out of my comfort zone. Big moves for 2023. Angela, elaborate a little bit more. I must have forgot. What advice did I give you to reach out to 2 big time people? Because I'm over here like, what conversation do we have that I've forgotten? But I'm proud of you. Whatever I said, clearly it was good advice. You did it and you're feeling good about it. But I'm trying to think of the conversation we have. I'm like, who's Angela reaching out to right now? What did I tell her to do? If you guys want to, communicate with us and engage questions, stuff, just right now, head over to YouTube, type in alpha format, and you're learning. Benjamin, what's up, boss? Good morning. Good morning. So that's where I'm at today. You guys know my watch list, what I'm looking at. I don't expect all that much with the SPY today. Why would I not expect a lot of opportunity with the SPY? Someone that's been here for the past couple of days, someone that's been participating, right? Then someone that's been here. Why would I not think there's going to be a lot of movement today and a lot of opportunity with the SPY? Why do I think today is going to be a very similar day as yesterday? 90% chop, 90% stay out, maybe hit or miss opportunities. But why would I say that today's going to be a slow, choppy, non-action packed day with the SPY? Steve, 100%. Absolutely. You're coming in the CPI. Absolutely. You got CPI tomorrow. Core inflation, right? You got key inflation data coming out tomorrow, CPI. So, of course, the market normally is very slow and choppy leading up to that data. And then, boom, data hits. You get some action, you get some volatility, and that's when it's time to lock in some big-time profits. So, yesterday, we were talking about how so one of my goals for 2022 was to connect the network with 7 individuals, right? 7 business owners, 7 entrepreneurs, 7 different traders, like just network and surround myself with like-minded individuals. And my goal was to surround myself with at least 7 new individuals and build a relationship with them and learn from them, right? And they can maybe learn from me and really just surround myself with like-minded individuals that aspire to do the same things in life. And it was a little nerve-wracking. I made a pretty large, sizable investment of about $7,500 to really get a part of this networking program, to really introduce myself to others and build these relationships. But it was worth it, right? It was a little nerve-wracking. I was nervous about the money. I was nervous to pursue it, but it was well worth it. And I'm very, very happy I spent that kind of money to do that. You know, investing again in myself, investing in my future, investing in my education. I've learned so much in the last 90 days, you know, being a part of this, you know, private community that I'm a part of, which is amazing. So if you bought a stock and it went in a different direction than you wanted, do you hold the stock until you are green at the end of the day or accept the loss? You got to accept that loss real quick. All right. So if you're in a trade and it starts to go against you and then it hits a stop loss area that was predetermined before you take the trade, you accept your loss, you walk away regardless of what happens next. You never want to be like, get into a trade, it goes against you and not have a plan in place and just watch the thing go down, 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 and never rebound. So before you even buy a stock, before you even open a position, you have to have a trade plan in place. And a trade plan, simply put, consists of 3 things. It consists of an entry, it consists of an area where you're going to exit that position for a loss, and it consists of an area of where you're going to get out of that position for a winner, right? So you have an entry, you have a stop loss, you have a target. Like before you even think about opening a position and getting involved, you have to have those 3 levels marked up: your entry, your stop loss, your target. If your target's hit, you get out of the trade, you make money. If your stop loss is hit, you get out of the trade, you lose money. Now, obviously, the more advanced you become, you could start remanaging your trade as it's developing, right? Every second, every minute, something new presents itself in the market, right? You may see a massive sell order on the level 2 and a lot of nasty price action at a resistance level that you didn't really know existed until you saw it right then and there in that moment. You may have to make a decision to start getting out early, to bring your stop loss to break even, to start scaling out a little bit. Maybe you see something that suggests, I want to add to my position here, right? I want to get more aggressive on this trade because, hey, I'm seeing a lot of what I want to see. I'm really liking the development. Okay, recalculate your new cost basis and your new position size and where your stop's going to be. Like, you can start managing and just really adapting to the market the more advanced you become. But in the very, very beginning, you got to learn the basics. You got to learn the absolute fundamentals, right? And one of the absolute basics and absolute fundamentals is to get consistent with building trade plans the right way and honoring those trade plans 100% of the time. And get consistent and get disciplined with doing so. And so that would never be an issue. If you got into a stock and it went against you, right? As long as you have a game plan and a trade plan built and in place, you're going to have stop losses that are going to be hit. So you're never going to see a stock go further below where you want it to go, and that turn into a massive, massive loss. And you never really have that issue of blowing up an account because you're managing your risk and you're getting out of that trade where you said you would get out of that trade. And everybody's done that. Everybody's gotten into a trade without a plan. The trade do the complete opposite of what they were expecting, and it go against them big time, and they just watch the losses add up, add up, add up, and before you know it, they blow up an account. A lot of traders have done that. I've done that several times. Right? I've taken accounts from $2,000 to $6,000 back down to 400 within a couple of days. Took me a month to build it on up. In a couple of days, it comes on back down. Why? I don't have plans in place. I'm hunting for trades, and I'm trying to make money, not take great quality trades. I don't have a plan. I don't have a stop loss. I'm too confident. I get into the trade. It goes against me. Boop. And I just watch it. And the losses add up, and the losses add up, and then I average in a little bit to bring my cost basis down, hoping I get back to break even. I get greedy. I never take profits. I never get out. And then boom, turns into a massive loss, a bigger loss. And before you know it, accounts are blown up. All because what? I didn't build a trade plan. I didn't manage my risk. If I would have just had a trade plan built ahead of time, I knew exactly where my entry was, my stop loss was, and my target, I would have just been stopped out of that trade for, say, a $100 loss versus a $2,000 loss, for example. Master the fundamentals. Master the basics. How to build a proper trade plan. Like, just get that under your belt. Actually, how to go about the process of building a trade plan. And then, as you start to learn strategies, how do you build a trade plan on that strategy, right? Like, once you know how to build a trade plan and the process of building a plan, right, now you're just going to start building plans based on different types of strategies, because every strategy has a different type of plan, right? Are you trading shares? Are you trading options? Are you trading, futures? Like, every market that you trade will have different types of parameters, set losses based on your account size, based on your risk tolerance, right? Like, we can go down the rabbit hole of how advanced building a freaking plan gets. But in the beginning, keep it simple. Understand how to build a trade plan and start actually applying that knowledge in the market and actually just start building the damn trade plan. Get consistent with, okay, here's my entry, here's my stop, here's my target, and get consistent with that. And then we could slowly add on to that as you learn more, as you grow, as you become more advanced, as you become better, right? We continue to advance it little by little by little. Then you know how to build a trade plan based on the type of market condition that you're in, how to position yourself, how to start tweaking your plan in the middle of a trade when you start bringing stop losses up and you add to your positions and you scale out early. All of these variables, all of these moving pieces, right? You have to understand the basics and build a foundation before we even think about getting to the advanced stuff. But once you have the foundation built, it's so easy to add on top of it. Keep it simple. Build a foundation, a strong foundation, keep it simple. And then just add on to it little by little by little by little. And before you know it, you master it. Just think 1% better every day compounded over a year is what? 365% better. I think the math's off, but you get the point. Instead of trying to be 100% better today, why not just become 1% better? Because 1% is a lot easier than 100%, right? So just become 1% better today, and then over the next 100 days, you will be 100 times better. Instead of just trying to do it all today and probably fail, and then do it again tomorrow and probably fail, get through 100 days and be nowhere, just become 1% better today and do that every single day, and you're going to fly past everybody. Like, you are just going to be zooting past everybody, and you're going to be looking back and like, see ya, way back there, still fucking up, and I'm over here just doing 1% better every single day. It's going to make night and day difference for you guys with anything that you do. Trading, business, entrepreneurship, real estate, I don't freaking know. But if you just have the mindset of 1% better every single day, it's not a big step, it's a little step. But little steps over time add up to miles. So just get in the right mindset. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. Preach. This is not just a trading community where we give you quality alerts and you can trade and make money. You're not just coming in and educating. You're over here getting your mind right too. That's why it's called alpha day trading, because we are alphas. We're not just over here day trading. You're not just following me along into every trade that I take and make money. We're freaking alphas. We're completely changing the mindset, rewiring the subconscious, getting you to think correctly. I don't even want to talk about it anymore because you already know. All right, 5 minutes. Final questions, let me know. Again, you guys got to come prepared with questions. Like, seriously. Like, come prepared with questions every single day. Like, this is an opportunity for you to learn for free. Like, someone showing up, willing to share this for an hour for free. You come prepared with questions, you're going to see a lot of results. You're going to see a lot of changes with where you are and where you're trying to go as a trader. Like, there's not a lot of people that literally show up and give you their undivided attention for an hour saying, hey, come with questions. I want to answer them for you, and I want to help you, and I want to point you in the right direction. So take it serious. I do this to help you guys out. If you come prepared with questions every single day, you're going to get solid answers. I can give you examples, and you're probably going to learn something new. And again, you do that every single day. Before you know it, you're going to be like, damn, I actually know what I'm doing. I'm ready to start trading with some real money and start making some real money. What was the name of the book you referenced earlier? It was How to Day Trade for a Living by Andrew Aziz. It's the most popular, most fundamental, basic book I think you can get your hands on to learn the absolute basics. What's a time frame? What's a stock ticker? What's a chart? The absolute basics. And then you're going to feel confident to open up a broker and start actually getting some real screen time in. Yeah, Corey, 100%, dude. Absolutely. Can I review some key levels on the SPY? I can real quick. I still want to, make this known that I don't expect a lot to happen today with the SPY, being that we have CPI for tomorrow morning. So right now, your next upcoming resistance level is going to be, not yesterday's high a day, but Monday's high a day at 393.70. Support is going to be yesterday's open, right around 390.38. And if we ever start to see a drop below, I would say like yesterday's open, which was right around, I'm sorry, not yesterday's open, Monday's open. Okay, so Monday's open, which is also right around yesterday's close. So you got 2 key points, right? You got 2 key points at this 390.38. It was Monday's open, right around yesterday's close. But here's one thing you also notice. It was also the open and the low of day on November 17th. It was also the high of day right here on November 1st. It was all of this daily support for 1, 2, 3, 4 days here in September. It was a great support level here in July. Resistance, right? You see how many touches we've had at that 390.38? You got resistance 1, support 2, support 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 touches, 8 touches, 9, 10, 11. I mean, this level has been hit and honored like several times, which makes it very, very, very strong and very valid. So, hey, we got 390.38 support right around 390. It's a psychological level as well. It's a whole number. It's 390. If you ever fall below that psychological and validated support level that even comes from the daily chart that you could see multiple times, very clean to the penny, 390.38, right? Not 390, but 390.38. You crack below that level, you come back down towards around 386.70 next. And I don't really expect much today. Like, you see how choppy it was midday yesterday? You see how just ugly and choppy this was? And it made like a 2-point move over the course of like 5 hours. I expect this, but all day. So what am I doing today to get around the chop and the mess? I'm trading small caps. I'm trading penny stocks. I'm looking for a short opportunity somewhere. I'm looking to get into the short side on something because a lot of these stocks have been dumping on off, but I still like GSU into the long side. And, that's it. If the SPY and the Qs are choppy, a lot of these individual stocks are going to be slow and choppy as well, as the broader market's going to correlate here with the SPY and the Qs. All right, we got a couple more minutes. We actually got one more minute. Which indicator is the most valuable for me day trading? Believe it or not, I don't really use indicators. It's rare that you see me use an indicator, but I would say the number one indicator that I like, that I use the most, is the VWAP intraday. Is the VWAP indicator intraday. The daily time frame, I do use indicators, and they go a long way. So on my daily time frame, I use a 200 SMA, a 50 SMA, and a 20 EMA. Those are the three most popular moving averages that you could use on a daily time frame, and I use them because they're extremely popular and they're extremely validated. Intraday on a 1 minute time frame, a 2 minute time frame, a 5 minute time frame, when I'm day trading intraday, those lower time frames, number one would be VWAP. How do you set a target? By looking left. Number one, how to set a price target. Look left. Look in the past. Look at past history and determine where a stock could go based on what it's done before. So the best first thing to always, think of is look left, right? If I was looking to get long on the SPY here for some reason, where could it go? Look left. Okay, we have a lot of resistance here at this prior high of day of 393.70. So if I were to get into the SPY expecting it to go up, where could it go? Look left. Boom. I see a clear, obvious area that just stands out to me. There's a price target. It's prior resistance. It'll come back up here and probably fall back down because it was resistance. Look left. If I was to get short here, let's say I wanted to get short. Where's my price target to the downside? Look left, right? Look left. Look at yesterday's high a day. Resistance. Look at all of that resistance and support right around this 390.20 level, right? If I had to get short here, where's my price target to the downside? Look left and gauge where the stock could be going up to as a price target or down to as a price target, depending on if you're short or if you're long. All right, so enjoy your Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen, here on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and subscribing. I see we had a few subscribers this morning. If you enjoy these streams and you want to come back every single day, get notified when we go live, and it'll just pop right up. You can click the button, and it's going to put you right into the stream, guys. All right, so take a moment right now to like this stream right here. It goes a long way for us. We really appreciate it. Take a moment before you leave to subscribe to the channel and then hit that little notification bell, because when I start pushing these lives, you're going to get notified. When I start pushing afternoon live streams, you're going to be notified. We got a lot of big things in the works. And when I start doing evening live streams, you're going to be notified as well. So just do us a huge favor, support the stream by liking it, support the channel by subscribing, and then help yourself by hitting that notification bell as well. Have a good day today. Happy, safe trading. If you guys want to take it to the next level and take the next step and you're ready to join a community, just come check us out, alphadaytrading.com. Right? That's it. Just go to alphadaytrading.com and just check us out. When you're ready to join, we're here. When you're ready to, again, get more serious in the market and really start taking it to the next level, and you're ready to make that type of decision, come check us out. Give us a shot. We would love the opportunity to work with you. But until then, I'll continue to see you guys here on YouTube in the mornings. Right? I love working with you guys. I love helping you guys out. But right now, we're going to go ahead and drop the stream on YouTube and get serious with members inside of chat. Get them prepared for today's trading session. Make it happen. And the goal, lock in some great trades and make some money. All right? So have a good one, guys. I will see you back here tomorrow morning right around 8:15. Take care, guys.